I was kicked out of my home by my stepdad when I was 15. Stayed at mates' houses and on sofas mainly. I started using drugs and drinking. When I drink, always seem to mess things up. It's always the same story: drink, drugs, fighting. I managed to get into a YMCA for a little while, but when I got kicked out, I got kicked out again, sorry, for the same three things. Yeah, it was then that I started living in a tent. I lived in a tent on and off for 7 years, sometimes in squats, night shelters, hostels, and then getting kicked out and going back to my tent. It was just the same pattern repeating itself over and over again: drink, drugs, fighting, tent. I went to prison for a bit when I was nearly 19 for breaching probation orders. I've been breaching since I was 15, and eventually all got caught up on me, and they'd had enough, so they sent me to prison. When I got out, things didn't really improve. Still using drugs, sleeping in a tent, drinking and fighting. When I look back, I never really bothered with anything, never really tried to do anything. Yeah, I was just surviving, and nothing was really changing at all. Like, I knew it wouldn't unless I bothered to change it. I met this guy when I was at a hostel in Raleigh. His name's Tom. He shared my tent with me for a bit, and as I said, we met at a hostel where we could just go and have a shower and something to eat and stuff like that. Yeah, he had nowhere to stay for a bit, so he stayed in my tent for a short time and he moved on. One weekend after that, I met up with him again because I know his girlfriend, and he told me about Amber. He told me that he'd moved in and that he was clean and healthy, and he was starting to pursue his dream of dancing. He was a really good street dancer, and yeah, Amber were helping him do that. I was still sleeping rough at the time and taking drugs, like one of which heroin, unfortunately. My drinking was a bit more under control than it was before. But yeah, after Tom told me what he was doing and how well he was, I thought I should give it a go, really. So I spoke to my probation officer, who thought for some reason that Amber wouldn't want me there. I don't know why, but I don't know, maybe they thought it was too high risk for him or something like that. But anyway, with a bit of persuasion, nothing violent, I persuaded them to make an appointment for me, and yeah, to have an interview at Amber, and within 2 weeks I was in. And yeah, I mean, I can think a lot clearer now. I don't need to smoke weed every day. I know what I want to do now and what I want to be, which I want to try and be a key worker in like hostels, trying to stop people making the same sort of screw-ups as I did. And yeah, so like, I don't know why I've written that, or why. Yeah, so, some hostels are good, like, obviously, but most of them. If I'd not come to Amber, I know where I'd be, and that'd be sitting in my tent, smoking weed, drinking beer, or maybe even in prison. Like, now I've got a future I can work towards. Got out of my old ways of life, and now I can look forward to. I can look forward and do something to help other people struggling out there. I'm going to use the time that I have at Amber, and it's not always easy. A lot of times it's not easy at all, but I think it's all going to be worth it. Cheers, I'm going to pass you on to